Hey everybody! So today we're going to take a look at the Roddenberry Mark X tricorder. So this is the tricorder that was kind of the newer edition version that we saw show up on Star Trek The Next Generation and Voyager and Deep Space Nine. So this is the packaging that the Roddenberry version came in. And on this side back here, it's just kind of the same thing. Alright, so let's take a look inside. Okay, so this actually has a little sleeve that just comes off of the box itself, and it's actually very nicely packaged. So I think this came out in 2014, and so it's been out for a while, and they are no longer making these, and then I'll kind of go into the history of how it became the Roddenberry tricorder here in just a little bit. So let's go ahead and take the lid off, and inside here it says Star Trek, Starfleet TR-590, tricorder Mark 9. Well, this is a Mark 9, I guess. I thought it was a Mark 10. I have two of these, and it's a different, another person made a different one, and so that might be a Mark 10. So here's the tricorder, nicely packaged in there. Now, these ones are so cool. I was really, when they came up with this newer version of the tricorder, I liked these way better than what they had before. So these, oh my gosh, these things are so incredibly heavy. It seems like everything I review is got so much weight and heft to it, but this thing is made of metal. It is not like resin or vacuum form plastic. This is a metal prop replica. It is really got some heft. It feels like lead. Here's some really nice detailing going on here at the top. And then there's the little indicators right there. And then that's the clear acrylic piece right there where the lights are shining through there. All right, so let me get some batteries in this, and then we will see what it looks like when it's running. So this tricorder actually comes with a little holster. So this is the kind of holster that you saw them using on away missions, and it looks like it's made of kind of the same Kydex material or something very similar as the original communicators and tricorders on the original series. It's got that same kind of plastic. So it's kind of a plastic material here. It's got some soft felt kind of material in here, and it's actually kind of padded in there as well. And if I remember right, because I've had this for quite some time, they found some original military style, whatever these clips are. These are the kind of clips that were used on the original prop. And I think they found some of these. I guess they're kind of hard to find now. And then they actually found some originals that they used for this, and that's how they would clip it to the belt. So you push it down like that, and it would lock into place like that. So yeah, the tricorder here actually will fit inside here, and it's kind of a tight fit, but at least it's a nice soft thing. So yeah, it fits in there really snug, really good. You know, considering how heavy this is, though, I'm not sure I would be carrying this around. Well, I mean, I suppose for cosplay or something like that, but I don't know, even at a convention or something, I'd be kind of a little scared to be carrying this around in this thing, because this thing is so heavy. But yeah, really cool that it came with that. Now, this actually comes with a really nice stand as well. So here you can see it says Gene Roddenberry Legacy right there. It's got kind of like this brushed steel kind of, I don't know, like surface here. And then we got this really nice acrylic arm that holds it up. And you can pose it in closed or opened display. So here, let me show you. Let me grab the tricorder here. This thing is so heavy. And so, yeah, you can actually set it right on here like this. And then you can open it, and you can display it opened, although once it's open, the lights are going to keep on going. So let me go and show you the lights first, and then I'll show you what it looks like on the stand with the lights on. Alright, so this thing takes 4 AAA batteries, and so it has a magnetic switch. As soon as you open it up, you have the ratchet sound, the lights, and the sound effects. So just to give you a heads up, this is kind of loud, so hopefully it doesn't come out really loud on this video. So be prepared in case it is. So there it is. So you can see all the lighting going on here. Now, actually, let me turn the lights off. Oh yeah, that looks better. So now you can really see these things. There's just a ton of lights on this thing. I love that bar graph thing right there. Now let's see the front of it. There's just a ton of lights on this. I think they said there's 96 or 98 LEDs on this entire thing, so it's a lot of lights. The only thing I'm not really liking about it is the sound is, it just sounds like it's a little not clear. Let me see if I take it off of there. Okay, yeah, it's a little better when you're holding it. I think when you have it sitting down, it amplifies the sound. But yeah, I mean, this is really cool. Okay, so then when you close it, let me set it down. It makes the ratchet sound again. And then just like when it did it in the show, it made that ratchet sound. So now I have to, this one here I've had for a while. And I actually bought 2 of these because I'm a freak and have to buy 2 of everything. No, actually the second one, I knew I wanted to get another one because I kind of figured that once these were gone, they were going to be gone, and then they would just go up in value, and that's exactly what happened with these things. So, like I mentioned, I actually have 2 of these, and so you'll have to pardon the reflection on this display case, but I keep this one just in the display case just to have it on display with the stand, and I don't put the batteries in it. That way the batteries don't leak or corrode in there, and I don't have to worry about remembering to take them out or change them. And then the other one is strictly just to play around with. Okay, so one of the main reasons that I end up buying 2 of certain things like this is because now when I open this back up again, notice on the lid there will be an ID light and an emergency light. Those used to light up, but because of playing around with this so much and people come over and mess around with it, those lights stopped working. So that's why I always have another one for display that I know will always be working right. So let me open this up. So now you'll see that the ID light isn't lit, and the emergency light, I think that lit up. I can't remember if the emergency light lit up or not. So I think what happens is there's a wire that runs either through this hinge or the other one, and from the constant opening and closing, I think it either crimped the wire or stripped it or something, so that's why those aren't working anymore. But I have seen this exact same thing happen on other people's tricorders, not just the Roddenberry one, but other ones as well. So yeah, unfortunately it's a frequent problem with these. Now here you can see it displayed on the stand, and it does look really good, the way it looks when it's actually mounted on there. But I kind of wish they would have had a feature where you could just have the lights running without the sound, maybe flip a switch or something on there. And that way you can just kind of have it running on the stand without all the racket. Now, while we are discussing this particular model of tricorder, I wanted to go ahead and show this one too. This one I got many years ago. I don't even know how long it's been. It's probably been at least 10 years. And it was made by somebody, I think I either went to their website and got it, or I got it on eBay or something. I don't remember. So this is the Roddenberry one, and this is the other version. Now this one here is way, way lighter. It's made of like a resin or a vacuum-formed plastic or something, but it's actually very nice. Now this one here, I actually think is a little bit better than the Roddenberry version because, first of all, you recharge the battery. That way you don't have to keep putting batteries in there because, as I mentioned, the Roddenberry one uses 4 AAA batteries, and man, does it eat up power. I mean, it eats up those batteries. You have it running for 45 minutes and you got to put new batteries in. It's like, I think it just eats up way too much juice, mainly because I think the sound is just way too loud on it. And this one here, they give you the option of having the lights on with the sound or the lights on without the sound. That's what that switch is. So it's really nice. This is something that the Roddenberry one should have had, is to have that feature. So let me open this one up and then I'll show you what that one looks like. Alright, so I turned off the main lights here so we can see this better. So by the way, the detail on this is really well done as well. And this is before, you know, the Roddenberry version, the Master Replicas version, and the EFX version came out. So you can open this one, same thing, it's got a magnetic switch on it. So now you can tell the sound is a little bit different, but it's got really nice graphics on there. I think the lights are probably a little bit better done on this just because they're not overly bright, although this may not be charged all the way. Now see how the ID light is lit on this one and the emergency light is lit? That's what the Roddenberry one used to do. And then this one has a little bit different sounds, which I like, because see, it's kind of going through a different sound effect right now than the other one, the Roddenberry one. It's got the same kind of beautiful lights here going on. It's kind of doing weird stuff with the camera there. So now, so let me show you when you close this. Now that one does not have the ratchet sound when you close it, but it has the ratchet sound when you open it. So now when I flip this switch here, now I can open this up, and there's no sound effects. You can just have the light showing, which I think that's really cool. I wish the Roddenberry version did this. You know, the actual tricorders on the show didn't make any noise because, of course, it would interrupt with the dialogue and everything else. So they were actually just like this. They were completely silent. So let me turn the sound back on because there's another couple of really cool features on this one. So some of the buttons on this one actually have functionality. It'll change the way the lights look, and it'll also change the sound effects. So let me show you that. So open this. Now the E and the I up here, if I push these, let me see. Oh, actually I think it's this one. Okay, see how the beep changed? And the lights are doing a little bit different things over here. Let me push this again. Oh, and also these lights are doing a different pattern. Okay, now let me go to this. There we go. Different beeping again. Once again, these lights are now doing a different pattern. Let me do another one here. Now it takes the warble sound out, and you just got the beeping going on. These are moving a little slower, I think. And up here, they're going in and out. Now let me do it one more time. I think this fourth one may be back to the original sound. Let's see. Yeah, so we're back to the normal sound there. All right, so let me turn this off real quick, the sound. And I think, let me see. Now these buttons here actually beep, like the big E. Hear that little beep? Yeah, they actually have beeping here too, I think. Yeah, certain buttons actually make a beeping sound. So this actually has way more functionality than the Roddenberry one. And I really like it. I think this one actually is a better tricorder than the Roddenberry. Although, you know, the Roddenberry being made out of metal like it is, the casing is what kind of gives that a better quality, I guess. But functionality-wise, this one actually surpasses that one. So looking back at the Roddenberry one here now, so I am almost positive that this originally started out as a Master Replicas tricorder. Master Replicas was the first ones to come out with the tricorder replica, the Mark 9 or Mark 10, and the one that had the more sleek look to it. And then they made those for, I'm not sure how long they made those, and then eventually Master Replicas went out of business. And then EFX came along and started making these, and I'm pretty sure they just used Master Replicas molds. Maybe they bought the molds from Master Replicas, I'm not really sure. And so they were making them for a while, but I don't think they made that many. And then after EFX wasn't making them anymore, I'm not even sure if EFX is still around. I think they are. And then Roddenberry came along and started making these, and they were all made out of metal. The Master Replicas, EFX, and the Roddenberry were all this heavy metal material. And so I'm pretty sure that this is the last incarnation of this tricorder that was made from those molds. So Roddenberry, of course, you know, was the last one. Now the Roddenberry's not making these anymore, and I'm guessing they still have the molds for this. So I don't know if they're ever going to reissue these again, because right now, if you want one of these, they're going for like $400 or $500 or even more. It's crazy how much these are going for. I think they were originally selling for $200 or $250 or something like that. I think that's what I paid for these. I can't remember. And so, yeah, I mean, they really are nice. I guess my only complaint about this is that it's way too loud. I mean, that just kind of blasts you out of the room. It's so loud that it actually kind of vibrates inside the casing. I mean, the sounds are nice, and I like the ratcheting for the opening and closing of it. But I do wish they would have had the sound a little lower. It also should have the same functionality as this one does, where you can flip that switch and then just have the lights if you want. And then that way you can display it on here without having, you know, the obnoxious noise. Because the noise does get kind of obnoxious after a while. I mean, you know, it would look good on here just lit up without the sound. So, I don't know. I mean, and plus the more battery usage with the sound effects. Because, like I said, this thing just eats through batteries. So yeah. Anyway, though, it's a really cool tricorder. I think Roddenberry did a really good job with it, and I never got the Master Replicas one, and I'm not really sure why. I had intended to buy one, and I never did. And then I didn't get it when it was with EFX either, so I was kind of late on getting one of these. But like I said, now they're really hard to get. But anyway, that's kind of a look at this prop, and if you can find one out there at a decent price, get it, because they're kind of rare and they're really cool. I mean, you know, besides its shortcomings, it's still really a cool prop. It's definitely one of my favorite props from Star Trek, and I love the more sleeker version like this that started showing up on all the other series. All right, well, that's it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, please give it a like and subscribe. And thank you so much for watching. I always appreciate that. So thank you again, and have a good one.